Well, tubers, being as though it's such a special day for me, for the video I put up before, I thought I'd do a funny story. And this is from my youth. God, this was from a long time ago. Let me just sit down there. Right. As some of you know, I've been... make sure my nose is clear. Yeah. As some of you know, I've been on motorbikes pretty much all my life. And when I was younger, I had a Pooch 50. It was my first motorbike. It's an automatic. And it was as slow as a snail. But because I suppose you're Generation X, I was brought up by parents. They just let you get off and do stuff. I'd be off all day, nobody'd know where the hell you were. So on a Sunday, my grandfather used to have a farm called Pengarrig, and I used to go over here, over my shoulder, over there. So it was over top of that hill there, about 5, I'm not sure how the exact mileage, 5, maybe 10 mile. And there's a track that used to go over there. I used to go there on a Sunday on my own. And I don't think I was even 10-year-old. So I'd just come here, I'd walk, because my mother and father never used to, I used to live in a different place, which wasn't that far from here. So I'd walk here, or ride here on my pedal bike, and then I'd just say, I'm off to go and see grandfather. So I'd just take off. It's hard to believe. These days, they'd think you're nuts if you said that, but I would take off to my grandparents on this old automatic Pooch thing, and there's 2 pools that you cross up there. I remember once my bike actually broke down. I had to push it half the way to get there because it wouldn't start again. It was a horrible thing. But anyway, I remember then, one was my birthday. My parents bought me an RM80, a Suzuki RM80. Oh my God. Was it in 1983 or something like that? It was water cooled. Now I went from an automatic bike to this RM80. And I still don't think my parents had any idea how much power this thing had. It was insane. Absolutely insane. I can only explain it to people who haven't been on bikes like that. It was like having a rocket-fueled car compared to a normal car. It's mental, absolutely mental, especially for a small kid. And I used to go over the hills on that thing everywhere on my own, everywhere. But we also used to meet up with my cousins. So me and my cousins would meet up at Pengarrig, and I won't say their names in case they don't want to be on here. But God, since from young ages we used to go up there. So they'd be on there. One had a P175 and the other one had... What did he have? Mako, I think, 490? I can't quite remember. But no safety gear with them or nothing. And I always used to wear boots. They had helmets on, but sometimes they didn't even have a helmet on. And we'd go off riding for hours around the hills together every Sunday. So this one Sunday now, I come over the hill. I used to meet him at the farm, and they'd come up there. My cousin used to have his car, and they'd had this small little trailer, and they'd have these bikes on the back. How the hell he got them on there, I don't know. Oh God, it was fun. I'll say his name, Neil and Aidan. And Neil used to put them on this trailer. And, God, sorry, my eyes are running. It was like a small little titchy little trailer. And Neil's a bit like me. He was very, very prepared. Everything is always 100% if they can get it done. And Hayden was totally the opposite. He would hardly have enough fuel to go anywhere. The bike would be falling to bits. Always the same. Anyway, this one day we went off over the hill and we went over to the wash pool they call it, and the dipping tub. I've showed you in a past video when I went out on my bike and I hadn't started for years. But I'll go out one day in the next week or two and I'll show you where I mean. And we went over to the dipping tub and then we were going back over to the top dam they call it. It's rough over there. It's hellish rough. Especially in this one area, like it's a really wet, boggy area, and you've got to have your nous about you to get across it on a motorbike. Especially back then when all the there was lots of bikes around then. It was like a serious bog. So we went up there one day, just going back to the top dam there, and in this really boggy area, this is true, I'm telling you. There was a couple there stuck in a Citroen car. I could not believe it. 3 of us there pull up alongside and they're trying to get themselves out by putting newspaper under the wheels. I'll never forget it. There was no hope of getting this thing out because it was stuck to the guts. How they got there, it felt like it had been dropped by a helicopter from somewhere and they'd just gone like that. So they're talking, they have obviously had no common sense whatsoever. Can you push us out? We tried everything and there's no way we're getting this thing out because it was bogged right up to the guts of the skinny little tyres, and we just said to them simply, you're going to need to pull from here by a tractor, guaranteed. So what we said then is we'll give you a lift down to the road there, and you can walk down to the farms or down to a farm or Radar, or we'll take you to Radar, whatever it was. I can't remember exactly. I think we took them to the road and then they walked then. But I will always remember this. The woman got back on the back of Hayden's bike because they had big bikes, only had my RM80, and the bloke got back on the back of Neil's. And I was following him behind. Hayden was going like an absolute lunatic, trying to show off. And this woman's flip-flops came off. He came off. Oh my God. He came off, big pile, big crash. Got back on. Off to go again. I was holding this woman's flip-flops. Neil was going along. This bloke was flailing on the back. He fell off the back. Oh. Eventually, we got to the dipping tub, they call it. And now I remember what happened. We said to him, oh, we'll take you down to town down the road. No, they were going, that's plenty enough. We don't want any more lift. Oh, God. I don't know how that vehicle got up there. But the fun we used to have in them Sundays. We don't go out now. I was actually talking with Neil a while back. We must go out for a spin. Because it was just good fun. You know, every Sunday we'd go up and see our grandparents. And then we'd go out for maybe an hour or two for a spin somewhere. And then every Sunday. I got to say, I do miss that time because I used to love being on the bike so much. It was like can't explain it really. I still do now. Every time I sit on a motorbike, and I do find it hard now with my eyesight, it just brings a smile to my face, I got to say. So there we are. That's the funny tale for today. The Citroen stuck in the bog, trying to get it out with newspaper, and then we took them back and we got them so scared falling off the bikes that they would rather have walked 4 miles than have a lift. Ta-da.